Hi friends, it's Papa, and I just picked up the tracker from my mechanic in Lake Havasu City, who did a whole bunch of work on it. It's got all new belts and seals and seals on pulleys and water pump, new radiator, all the fluids changed out. Man, this baby is in as good a shape as it's ever been. And I'm real happy with it. Cost me a lot more than I thought, but it always does. But anyway, on my way back from picking up the tracker, by the way, there wasn't any major damage done as a result of that incident in a video a few back where I said the motor was smoking. Motor's fine, motor tests out fine. So I'm on my way back to Lone Tree. I'm gonna camp there for a while. Got a really great camp spot, got it all separated out and an area claimed and my rug out and my chair's out. So I'm real happy with it. I'm gonna settle there for a little while, a week or two probably anyhow. And I'm on my way back from picking up the tracker, and I stopped here at Craggy Wash because Craggy Wash going around these mountains here, Craggy Wash, the roads go right back into Lone Tree. So I'm gonna put the tracker through his paces and head out into the desert and around the mountains, and you guys can come along and we're gonna have some fun four-wheeling in Arizona. I'm gonna warn you ahead of time, I don't have my gimbal here. I'll do some post-production stabilizing as best I can, but you're gonna get more of the real feel of what it's like to four-wheel in the Arizona desert, and it's gonna be a bumpy ride. We'll do the best we can though. Yabba dabba doo! That's Crab Crawl Rock there. Looks like a big crab claw, but on Google Maps they call it Crab Crawl Rock. I've seen people that have used rappelling equipment climb clear to the top of it. Papa's not planning on doing that. And so off we go, bumping down the road. I took a little break here driving down this really rough road back into Craggy Wash here. Wanted to show you how rough this road actually is. This is not the kind of road that you're going to want to bring your Audi out on, or your Beamer, or your Caddy, or even your Chevy. It's really rocky and lots of divots and washes that cross the main roadway coming back in here. I say main roadway, it's not much of a roadway. But here's the kind of rocks that you got to avoid. They're awful big and they can do damage if you take them too fast and you take them in the wrong place. But now we've made it out to a spot that's a little easier to traverse. It's down a wash that's pretty sandy, and so we'll give you an idea what that looks like. By the way, tracker is just running flawlessly. He's taken the divots and the bumps and the rocks just like a champ. I'm real happy with the way tracker's running. Now here's the difference. in road surface, you can see while it's still off-road, it's quite sandy actually, and a regular car is probably going to get stuck, and their wheels are going to dig into this sand. But I'm going to take Tracker down this road, and it's going to be considerably less bumpy. So this is the way we're going. Actually, the sandy road that I showed you a minute ago is actually going back out of Craggy Wash, and I want to go around the mountains and see if I can find my way back down into Lone Tree Wash. So this is the way we're going, more up into the mountains. When I say up into the mountains, I mean up into the mountains. You look around here and it's quite mountainous all around. Yes, sirree. Wow, I'm going to tell you, this is a little bit like riding a bucking bronco. Well, I think. I've never really ridden a bucking bronco, but I can imagine that it's something like that because because I'm getting bounced around a lot. Coming out over a rise here, and it looks to me like we're going down this hill. This is a really steep hill, but it looks to me like that mountain is the backside of Lone Tree Peak, and I'm camped on the other side of it. So hopefully we can find a way around it. Man, it is just absolutely gorgeous out here. Beautiful desert, beautiful mountains. Have a look. Isn't that just fantastic? Yabba dabba yowzer. Just look at the beauty of this mountain. Look at all of the interesting caves. Man, I'd love to be able to just climb up there and explore those caves. I guess I'm a spelunker at heart. Look at that. Look at that chunk of rock right there. Look at all the holes in it. My goodness. That's something else. So at various places along the route that I've taken here, I've seen rocks that have been set up and painted different colors, I suppose, to give four-wheeling clubs directions out here about where to go. Ran into a couple here right where I've stopped, so let me show you what I'm talking about. So the ones that I've seen mostly out here today have been purple. I've also seen a couple that have been this fluorescent orange, like this one. So I'm not quite sure what the deal is. This has a sticker on it. It says white window. I don't know what the significance of that is. But I just looked it up on, oh, there's another orange one over there. I just looked it up on Google Maps where I am, and I've come to a fork in the road. And if I go this way, I go farther out into the desert and into the mountains. And I thought originally that that's the way that I was supposed to go, but Google Maps says no. Google Maps says that I'm supposed to take a left here, and that'll take me right down into Lone Tree Wash in the campground where I'll find the Millennium Falcon and the Bandit. So that's the way we're going. Oh, off we go. Headed home, headed home. Feels good. This is a wildlife catchment area. It catches water and holds it in a holding pond so that primarily the bighorn sheep will have a year-round place that they can drink. I'll take a picture of it here. Oh, this is a sign that announces it. And if you want to pause and read any of this, please feel free. I don't know exactly how it works, what the design is, but there is obviously a drinking pool right there. And then just beyond it is this entire covered structure. It's probably some kind of holding tank. Cover is probably there to keep it from just evaporating away immediately after the rain is captured. It gets so hot out here that I suppose that could happen. Sorry I'm breathing so hard here, but that was a little bit of a climb to get up here. We're coming on down now into Lone Tree Wash. Wow, we're in Lone Tree Wash, but we're coming down into the campground. And let me turn the camera around and I'll show you the RVs and I'll show you the backside of Lone Tree Peak. See the RVs in the distance there? One of them is the Millennium Falcon. Papa is eager to get back there and to take a nap. And then here is the backside of Lone Tree Peak. And Papa's been way up there on the mountain. And look right there. There's the tree. The tree of Lone Tree Peak. Yabba dabba doo! Anybody recognize that? Yeah, that's Lone Tree Peak. That's the mountain Papa climbed about 8 or 9 months ago. Got a video on it. If you go to Papa and the Bandit YouTube channel, you can see the video on it. This is my back door of the camping spot that I have here at Lone Tree Peak. This is the skyline that I get to enjoy out here. And I get to have a nice chair in the shade. My neighbors are lots of elbow room distance away. And there's lots of good desert out there for someone, I don't know who, to take a hike in. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe that hilltop right there. That looks doable. Yabba dabba doo! So, we're back from our little adventure driving through Craggy Wash and around the backside of Lone Tree Peak in the mountains. And now we're back at Lone Tree Wash and the campsite. Happy to be home. Got my hat off, got Bandit out so he could take a little pee, and I'm excited to be back home and be able to relax and maybe take a nap in just a few minutes and then get up and have some dinner. So that's it for today. We'll see you next time. And Papa's got to ask the question, what's next?